you living, Tabby?
You cut me to the heart, Anne, by wanting me to go.
Poor Tabby, poor heart.
It belongs to you, Anne. Forgive me. I must speak of it. I love you. You know I love you.
What's the good, Tabby? You know my mother is determined that I shall marry Jack.
Jack?
Seems absurd, doesn't it?
You mean to say that Jack has been playing with me this whole time? That he's been urging me not to marry you because he intends to marry you himself?
No, no, you mustn't think that I said that. I don't for a moment think that Jack knows his own mind. But it's clear from my father's will that he wished me to marry Jack, and my mother set on it. Tabby, you must lose me as well as love me.
Oh.
Tabby, I wouldn't for worlds destroy your illusions. I can neither take you nor let you go.
Shall I tell him that you love him?
No, you run away again.
Anne, would you marry an unwilling man?
What a pure creature you are, Tabby. There's no such thing as a willing man when you really go for him. I'm shocking you, I suppose, but you know you're really getting your some satisfaction already in being out of danger yourself.
Satisfaction? You say that to me?
Well, if it were really agony, would you ask for more of it?
Have I asked for more of it?
You've often tell Jack that I love him. That's self-sacrifice, I suppose, but there must be some satisfaction in it. Perhaps it's because you're a poet. You're like a bird that presses its breast against the sharp thorn to make itself sing.
It's quite simple. I love you.
Tabby.
Oh, why do you say that? Don't torment me. I don't understand.
Now I can't talk anymore. Say that you forgive me, that the subject is closed.
There's nothing to forgive, and the subject is closed. And if the wound is open, you shall never see it bleed.
What is the last, Tabby? Goodbye. What's the matter, Tabby? Are you ill?
No, it's nothing.
But you're crying.
Oh, it's nothing. Only a man's broken heart. Doesn't that sound ridiculous?
What's the matter? Has Anne been doing anything?
It's not Anne's fault. And don't think for a moment that I blame you.
For what?
For nothing. I said I didn't blame you.
But I didn't do anything. What's the matter?
Can't you guess? I dare say you are right to prefer Jack to me as a husband for Anne. But I love Anne, and it hurts rather.
Does Anne say that I want her to marry Jack?
Yes, she told me.
Then I'm very sorry, Tabby. That was just her way of saying she wants to marry Jack. Little does she care about what I say and what I think.
But she would not say it unless she believed it herself.
Well, never mind, Tabby. I don't know which is best for your young man, to know too little like you, or too much like Jack.
Well, I've disposed of old Bellana. Oh, hello, Tabby. Anything wrong?
I must go wash my face, I see. Tell him what you wish. Jack, take it from me that Anne approves of it.
Proofs of what?
What Mrs. Whitecoat wishes.
Well, that's very mysterious. But what am I to do for you?
That's just what I wanted to talk to you about. It is obvious you will marry Anne whether I like it or not.
Seems to me I shall be presently married to Anne whether I like it myself or not.
Oh, it is very likely. But you know what she is like when she has her mind set on anything.
I haven't the slightest intention upon marrying Anne.
She'd suit you better than Tabby would. She'd meet her match in you, Jack. I'd like to see her meet her match.
No man is a match for a woman, except with a poker and a pair of hobnailed boots. Not always even then. You know, I can't give a poker to her, therefore I should be a mere slave.
No, she's afraid of you. At all events, you tell her the truth about herself. And she wouldn't be able to slip out of it like she does with me.
Everybody would call me a brute if I told Anne the truth about herself by terms of her own moral code. Firstly, she says things that are not strictly true.
I'm glad somebody thinks she's not an angel.
In short, but as a husband would put it to the point of speaking out, she is a liar. And since she has plunged Tabby head over ears in love with her, without any intention of marrying her, she's a coquette. According to the standard definition of a coquette, who rouses passion she has no intention of gratifying. Since she has not placed me at the altar so that I may lift the veil and call her a liar to her face, she is a bully as well. But she can't bully men as she bullies women. So she habitually and unscrupulously uses her personal fascinations to make men give her whatever she wants. That makes her something for which I know no polite name.
Well, you can't expect perfection, Jack.
I don't. What gets me is that Anne does. I know all this about her being a coquette and a liar and so forth is just a trumped up moral indictment which might be placed upon anybody. But I can't stand this confounded hypocrisy. That's what gets me.
She is a hypocrite. She is, isn't she?
Why must you have me married to her?
There now, put it on me. I never thought of it till Tabby told me she said I did. But I'm very fond of Tabby. He's sort of a son to me. And I don't want to see him trampled on and made wretched.
Whereas I don't matter, I suppose.
No, you are different, somehow. You can take care of yourself. You'd serve her out. And anyhow, she must marry somebody.
Aha. There speaks instinct. You detest her. You fear you must have her married.
Now, don't be silly and twist something I say into something I don't mean. I ought to have fair play.
Well, Mama darling, you seem to be having a delightful chat with Jack. We can hear you all over the place.
Have you overheard?
Never fear. Anna's only... we were discussing little habits of hers. She hasn't heard a thing.
I don't care whether she has or not. I have a right to say what I please.
Violet is quite right. You ought to get married.
Anne, I will not marry you. Do you hear? I won't marry you.
Well, nobody asked you, sir. She said, sir, she said, sir, she said. So that's settled.
Yes, nobody has asked me, but everybody treats the thing as settled.
Well, you don't want to be married indeed.
You don't care for Tabby,
No.
and you do care for me.
Now, Jack, behave yourself.
If you miss a family woman, devil!
Boa constrictor, elephant.
Hypocrite!
I must be. For my future husband's sake.
For mine. I mean, for his.
Yes, for yours. You'd better marry what you call a hypocrite, Jack. Women who are not hypocrites go about in rational dress and get into all sorts of hot water. And then their husbands get dragged into and live in continual dread of fresh complications. Wouldn't you prefer a wife you could depend on?
No. 1,000 times no. Hot water is the revolutionist element. You clean men as you clean milk pails by scalding them.
Cold water has its uses too. It's healthy.
Oh, you are witty. Well, I too can be a hypocrite. Your father's will appointed me your guardian, not your suitor.
My father asked me who I'd have as my guardian before he made that will. I chose you.
The will is yours then. The trap was laid from the beginning.
From the beginning, from our childhood, for both of us.
I will not marry you. I will not marry you.
Oh, you will, you will.
I tell you no, no, no.
I tell you yes, yes, yes.
No!
Yes, before it is too late for repentance, yes.
What is happening? Are we too dreamy?
No. We're awake. And you said no. That is all.
Well,
Well, I was wrong. You do not love me.
it is false. I love you. I have a whole world in my arms and my clasp. I'm fighting for my freedom, my honor, myself, one and indivisible.
Your happiness will be worth them all.
You sell freedom, honor, and self for happiness?
Oh,
Are you ill?
I promised to marry Jack.
Jack, be very happy.
I never asked her. Is a trap laid for me?
Mother, did Jack say anything when I fainted? No.
She's fainted again.
No, I haven't. I'm quite happy.
Walls positively bounding. Come, up with you. What nonsense. Up!
Yes, I feel strong enough now. Ricky, Tabby, congratulate me. I want to make you cry for the last time.
No more tears. I am happy in your happiness. I believe you in spite of everything. There are two tragedies in life. One is to lose your heart's desire. The other is to gain it. Mine and yours, sir.
I have no heart's desires, Tabby. It's very easy for you to call me a happy man, because you're only a spectator. I'm one of the principals. I know much better.
You are absurd, Jack.
I solemnly say that I am not a happy man. Anne looks happy. She is only triumphant, successful, victorious. That is not happiness. That is the price for which the strong sell their happiness. What we have both done this afternoon is to renounce happiness, renounce freedom, renounce tranquility, and above all, renounce the romantic